You're live on YouTube, so welcome to you. Welcome to Friday. You made it through a week. Um, I hear that commercial over and over again. The last one was, I'm a 70-year-old woman. I'm skinny as a rail, and I'm still as active as anything, and I've done this in my life, and it shows her riding a bicycle, and she says, I take Prevagen for my mind. And she just claiming up and down that it was the best thing in the world for her memory. So, does it work? I've never had any feedback about the prep at all. Never, not once. And if you ask me what I would do, it's a combination of things, honestly, to help the brain. I think fish oil plays a crucial role. But what I really like and what I want to talk about quickly today is a prep called Pro Purples by Nutritional Frontiers. It's a prep that is a bunch of blue and purple fruits and vegetables that are ground up. It's a hot thing right now. Ground up and put into a powder that sort of tastes like grape drink that really works. Now, what's it based on? It's based on this study that came out this past August in the European Journal of Nutrition. It said this: a study has found one single dose of blueberry polyphenols can improve markers of metabolic function and cognitive performance in a cohort of middle-aged adults. So they did this in those in their 40s and 50s and gave them a single dose of blueberry polyphenols, powdered blueberry. Now, what they were looking for was a scientific documentation that it helped the brain, but also that it helped your metabolism. And it's intriguing when you increase your metabolism, i.e., keep your weight where it needs to, it helps the brain. Research was published in the European Journal of Nutrition, was conducted by researchers from Illinois Institute of Technology, the University of Cincinnati, where I did some work a while ago, and the University of Reading. The researchers said wild blueberry consumption has been shown in the past research to benefit cognitive and metabolic measures in children and young adults. The goal of the present research was to confirm that the same held true for middle-aged adults. To test the hypothesis, researchers recruited 35 subjects between the ages of 43 and 59, the definitive years when things start to slip. 12 of this group of 35 were male, 23 were female. They ran a gamut of weight from a low BMI around 23 to as much as 31. So we had some obese individuals in there. All had blood pressure within the normal range. So again, we know that high blood pressure is a risk factor for the memory to lapse. The randomized investigator and subject blinded 2-arm placebo-controlled crossover trial, that's the best that can be, had participants ingest a drink that was equivalent to 1 cup of wild blueberries or placebo on 2 occasions as part of a breakfast meal. The study material was freeze-dried wild blueberry powder. And again, that's one of the major ingredients in Pro Purples. It goes on, it says the trial was sponsored by the Clinical Nutrition Research Center and Illinois Institute of Technology. The subjects performed cognitive tests at arrival at the test facility. So they tested them up front. This is where the placebo-controlled double blind takes place. They then consumed a breakfast meal with a test drink or placebo 30 minutes later. They performed 4 more rounds of cognitive tests, as well as undergoing 9 total blood draws while participating. They were also served a lunch containing a low amount of polyphenols and a snack while participating in the all-day test. So they only had the 1 drink a day. The cognitive test involved remembering a word list in which new foil words were added to subsequent presentations. So in other words, they gave you 5 words: red, blue, green, purple, pink. And they shared them on a card, and then they asked you to give them back to them. Then they added another word. The metabolic response to the meal was improved as well. The researchers found that the wild blueberry group improved on cognitive tasks in the 2 hours after ingesting the drink. The findings provided further support for the efficacy of blueberries on improving cognitive outcomes within this age group. particularly when there's an increased cognitive demand in that age group. Wild blueberry was found to reduce glucose and insulin concentrations. So not only did we improve up here, we also improved metabolic factors that could be linked to diabetes. Although there was little evidence of a direct relationship on cognition, this data has an importance in structuring meal plans to reduce the metabolic burden on individuals with glucose homeostasis concerns. So again, this fed into a world of dietitian support that said, we got to watch what we eat. We got to keep to the low glycemic side. That's going to help the brain. We got to eat more good fat. That's going to help the brain. But if we had one simple drink with breakfast every morning, one simple drink, it improved cognitive function. It says the cognitive test, again, included remembering word list in which new FOIL words were added. Participants also did rapid response test as quick go, no, go test in which a black rectangle was shown followed by a go or no go Keller stimulants. So again, the world of psychology clicked in and put these things to the task. You want more information on that? Kept it short and sweet today, didn't I? Call our office at 678-228-8900. If you have mom or dads starting to show signs, maybe it's you, maybe it's your husband, maybe it's your wife. It's a simple way to adjunct your breakfast every morning and make a difference in your brain. Scientifically studied, single dose, showed improvements. One dose. What would happen if you took it every day? What would happen if you took it 5 days a week? I'd like to have you do it and then let me know, but I'm going to tell you that I'm almost swear up and down that you will see a big, big improvement. Okay? The website is thenutritionshop.net. You can find it there, as well as calling our office at 678-228-8900. God bless you, folks. See you back here tomorrow morning, bright and early, for a whole show on children. It's going to be important, parents. See you tomorrow.